Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing some simming. I have already done a lot of preliminary simming, so I already have a pretty good idea of what's going to be good when it comes to talents, and I found some really interesting stuff so far, and I want to share those results with you as we go through today. But just know that there's a lot of value in some of these talents, more so than I expected, to be honest. Like, some of these talents are really good. I know on the War Within beta, like, some of the damage that fire does just seems like bad against other specs. Obviously, there's a lot of specs that are overperforming, but I will say that in general, I think fire actually has a pretty good like talent setup. I think it's actually really good. It's just I think it's held back by maybe the hero talents, maybe it's other classes are just too overpowered. Maybe it's the fact that the sim has like a shit ton of haste. You can't really get that much on the War Within beta. But for whatever reason, it seems to be not too hot on beta, but in the pre-patch, I think it may actually be really good. So what we're going to do for this sim is we're going to compare Flame Strike versus Ignite. I think in the pre-patch, 99% of people are just going to play Ignite. And I think that's probably correct. But there is a case to be made for Flame Strike. It just requires a lot of targets. Like a lot of targets. The biggest issue is Flame Strike is inhibitive. Like, if you play Flame Strike, you kind of need mobs to, like, stay together. And the tank needs to, like, keep them still. But it's not, like, as bad as other classes. You know, for instance, like a Devastation Evoker, they need the targets to stay like still pretty much the whole time. Whereas Mage is just like spamming Flame Strikes, so it's like not as big of a deal if targets move a little bit. Yeah, so I was testing Ignite versus Flame Strike for pulls that lasted maybe like 40 seconds. And what I was finding is that even at like lower time periods, Ignite was still decent. But I think in practice, if you go into a key and the target just dies instantly that you're attacking, Ignite will still probably be kind of underperforming, right? That's just like how it works. But you do have a benefit now, though. So like the biggest thing that I found is that one of our talents is just cracked. Okay, so let me show you something. I want to show you the value of this talent because it kind of blew my mind. I think it's this sim. Now this is Arcane. Hold on one second. Okay, yeah, this is the sim I want to show you. So what I did to try and compare the talents is I took what I thought would be good and then I compared it against using certain setups, but like maybe using less points and then adding the points back in to see like what the difference would be. One of the things I found out that was interesting is that the Call to Chaos trinket, which has historically been really bad for us, is actually quite good in the pre-patch. So the reason why I think that Call to Chaos is actually decent now is because Living Bomb seems to proc it. I compared the uptime for this trinket on pre-patch versus live, and you have roughly double the uptime on the trinket. So to me, that means that you're just getting it to proc a lot more. That could be through meteors, it could be through Phoenix Flames, but it's primarily happening through Living Bombs. Living Bombs are how you're proccing that. And this talent right here is fucking insane. Okay? This talent is batshit crazy. Blast Zone. Even at 2 targets, this talent does an insane amount of work. But you need to have Mark of the Fire Lord. Because the value of this talent, like, look here, right? Here, actually, it's easier to see in this view. So here's like the baseline profile, yeah? If we take the baseline profile and we just add in Meteor, it's 3% more damage. If we take the baseline profile and we add in Mark of the Fire Lord, it's 3.5% damage. If we take the baseline profile and add Blast Zone, this is at 5 targets, by the way, 38%. Okay? Look at that jump. If we take the baseline talents and we add Blast Zone and Mark of the Fire Lord, now this jumps from 38 to 52%. That's a crazy jump. Like, this does not cost you much to go these talents. It really does not cost you much at all. So I think the strat is, if you're playing Ignite, if you just pick up Mark of the Fire Lord and Blast Zone, you're going to be doing infinitely more damage than if you had other talents here. And if you think about it, the swap doesn't really cost you much, because what you're taking away is like 1 stack of Fevered Incantation and the Ash and Feather talent, which doesn't really do much. You're maybe losing like 2% single target damage, maybe 3%, but you're gaining 50% AoE. That's a good trade. You make that trade every day of the week. So a lot of these talents are locked in, though, just like across the board. So like if we go to Raid General, this is what I would run for like just normal raiding. So notice how I already have Mark of the Fire Lord. I just have the 1 stack of Fevered Incantation and 1 Ash and Feather here. Now, if I was moving this into like a cleave build, this is what I would do instead. So I would drop the Ash and Feather. I would pick up Blast Zone with the point that was over here in Fevered Incantation. And I would move Ash and Feather over to Flame Accelerant. In 2 targets or more, this is going to give you a lot more damage. But yeah, in AoE, it's kind of a different story. Like this is Flame Strike, but you don't need to go Flame Strike. Like Mythic plus General, this one right here, this has none of the Flame Strike talents. So you don't have Flame Patch, you don't have Majesty of the Phoenix. Those are the 2 big ones. Convection is just a swap over here to pick up Flame Patch. Ash and Feather, you have to drop something else. Like maybe you drop Firefall if you're doing Flame Strike. So you drop Firefall since you wouldn't be pressing Fireball or Pyroblast at all. That one can go up to Majesty of the Phoenix. This one can go over to Flame Patch. And in both cases, you run Blast Zone. Your highest stat on this, by the way, it's still haste, but up into a certain point. Once you reach a certain point, it's crit. Crit is your best stat in AoE. That's true for single target as well. It's like number 1 haste, and then haste eventually falls off, and then it's crit. Yeah, without hero talents, it's actually just like a 2-point. This reminds me of Dev's Tree. You just like swap 2 things. But those 2 swaps gain you so much AoE. It's like actually kind of crazy. Is it worth running Flame Strike in the War Within? It can be. Yeah, it can be. You're not giving up as much single target now to run Flame Strike. You're just... So all you're really doing is you're running Flame Patch over Convection. Right, so this 1 talent moves. And then you're moving Firefall over to Majesty of the Phoenix. You could also alternatively run From the Ashes instead of Phoenix. That's also fine. Ends up being pretty close. You could drop Flame Accelerant for it too. That's pretty close. If you really, really, really want to run more single target stuff still, you could drop Deep Impact and Meteor. I think this is the one I'm going to recommend. Because I like the talents being relatively good in single target and AoE. And I think this setup right here is probably the best, like... It's probably the best compromise. I do want to find one where we run Firefall, though. I think Firefall is still important. Yeah, so we could still run Firefall as this. We could just move... Flame Accelerant down. Yeah, UI doesn't seem like on the base APL here is it's not competitive, but that could just be because we just don't have the tech. Like the APL may just not be doing the tech right. But yeah, you actually give up like a surprisingly small amount of single target to go Flame Strike. It's much more affordable now. This build right here, if you want to see like single target, if we take the same setup here and we tell it, here, let's just do it manually. Uncheck this one. So this would be these talents here. We're going to click import loadout. So here's with like all the flame strike stuff. Here is the general one. I'll label these. So here's Ignite, here's Flame Strike. Here is the Cleave build for Raid, which is actually just the same as Mythic plus Ignite. You lose so little single target, it like doesn't even make sense to really do anything differently, you know? There's the general Raid one. So yeah, M plus Flame Strike, M plus Ignite, Raid, Cleave. This one we'll call Raid. Single target. Do we have any other ones? I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, but 2 of them are shared. Okay. Let's copy this one and then let's say UI instead. And we'll copy this one, same story. And we'll swap UI. And we'll copy this one and same deal, we'll do UI instead. Just because I know people want to know. So we'll do 10 targets first. Yo, what's up, Clappy? Yes, it does. I wish the Phoenix Flame delay / GCD didn't bother me when alternating, but it does. It's because the spell like takes too long to give you the heating up. I hate that it's like a GCD and a travel time, and it doesn't do anything until it splashes. It's kind of annoying. I think if they just made Flame Strike or Phoenix Flame like hit really fast, it'd probably be fine. And I think it does hit faster on beta. Maybe it's like a placebo effect because I have less haste, but I feel like Phoenix Flame is traveling faster now. So yeah, at 10 targets, you're losing 10% damage for the cleave build. So that's Ignite versus Flame Strike. That could easily be accounted for through just having targets move out of Flame Patch. The cleave build UI versus SKB is pretty far behind though. Look, 15%. Same over here. It's like 10% ahead in single target. It was lower whenever I had other talents though. I think maybe UI is suffering from something else here. More interested in the feeling of the specs. It feels pretty much the same. I mean, the way that you're playing this is pretty much the same as now. In fact, if you look at the rotation, it's like very simple. So if you want to know how it plays, here's your casts. Right? You spend most of your time casting Pyroblast. Use some Phoenix Flames, some Fireballs, some Scorches, some Shifting Powers, occasional Meteor. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons. That's it. Oh, you know what's happening here? I know what's wrong with us. We have to go make a change to the APL. Okay, that should do it. It was using Flame Patch and single target with Flame Strike. That's not good. Fire single target and pre-patch is like basically the same as it is now because you're losing your tier bonus. Whatever gains you get in the talent department are counteracted by the changes with your tier bonus not working anymore. Hold on, I wanted to just not cast Flame Strike at all. We're just gonna change these to 999. Back the way they were. Where is that sim? Oh, pre-patch Frost is looking really good though in single target. It's like almost 100k above fire. Yeah, Arcane will probably be the best. I actually haven't looked into Arcane. I'm just focusing on Fire because I have a deadline today, so I need to get this shit figured out. But so we're just looking at Fire specifically. We're ignoring the fact that Arcane and Fire and Frost might just be way better. We're just gonna focus on Fire. 377. Let's open that one up. I mean, we started with 353, so it's not too bad. Like, we've been definitely getting some gains here by optimizing talents and such. So you can run from the Ashes Phoenix Reborn with Ash and Feather, and it's like there's some synergy here in single target. If you go Meteor and Deep Impact, that's fine, but you do lose some damage in single target, but you gain an AoE. We can even compare it here if you want. So let's do Plus Ignite Cleave. But in this case, let's go over to Deep Impact instead. And then we can do the same with the single target one. Single target, 5 minutes. APL's right. Okay. I was just testing some frost stuff on beta, and single target's better than fire. Yeah, I mean, that's beta. I'm talking pre-patch today. Today is all about pre-patch. Frost is actually pretty well ahead, but it's like you can't play Frostfire right now in the beta. It just doesn't work. So yeah, in single target, you're definitely like 4% higher going Phoenix Reborn with Ash and Feather. So that's kind of a big difference. If you're talking about the cleave build though, it's only ahead by 2%. But I think that's enough for you to just always want to go Phoenix Reborn from the Ashes in the pre-patch. Once you have Frostfire, Meteor gains a lot of value. Until you have Frostfire though, it's going to be stunted, right? Because well, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? You're missing Comet Storm. Yeah, so we don't need Firefall if we're going this build, but let me see where it ends up with Firefall. You're only 5% lower with or 8% lower with Flame Strike. I guess that's kind of big. Is this running Firefall? Yeah, it is. So yeah, with Firefall included, dropping Ash and Feather, dropping Convection, you don't take the Point and Fevered Incantation. It's 8% behind. But this is still better off than the alternative. Hold on, let me change Flame Strike UI as well. We're not gonna fuck with UI. This one's combinations, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. What's the fire talent highest in Mythic Plus? The absolute highest one is this one. But you wouldn't go Firefall if you wanted even more AoE. You would move this talent. So, Flame Patch, Blast Zone, Majesty of the Phoenix. Wait, how is this higher? This versus... and plus Flame Strike. How is this higher? Majesty of the Phoenix. Oh, because you get Convection, is that why? Yeah, that's why. I guess Convection's a bigger single target talent than Firefall. This is surprising. No Firefall and single target. Majesty of the Phoenix with Convection. So you have the Flame Strike talents and you have the Living Bomb talents and you're just a single target cleave machine. It's still behind by 10% though. But it's ahead of this one. Well, if we swap this over to AoE again. I'll do 10 targets just for like an extreme example. Yeah, time anomaly. That's what we play now. Do you know what's bugged about Spellslinger Frost? I mean, shit, there's so many bugs. You gotta be more specific. Are you talking about on the Frost talent tree or Spellslinger specifically? There's no bug for Spellslinger. It's just underperforming versus Frostfire. But Frostfire is bugged because you can't take Frostfire Bolt. It doesn't work. There's probably bugs with Spellslinger though. I know for Arcane there's some bugs with Spellslinger still. Like the Orb talent is actually using or it's getting you splinters on the first 2 targets it hits, not the first one, so it might work that way with Frozen Orb as well. I'm not sure. But I mean, the main issue is just that it's not like the bugs itself, it's just that Frostfire is just better. But yeah, the fact that fire gains 50% damage just with Blast Zone and Mark of the Fire Lord is kind of crazy. I'm thinking for Mythic Plus though, this is the build right here. Because you can get basically all of the AoE shit without giving up really any of the single target. And this thing is probably just going to own. If you drop Wildfire, you can gain even more damage, but I don't think that's worth it because the sim isn't including the crit on the allies, and I think that might outweigh whatever gain you get from it. But yeah, I was super surprised to see that the trinkets were the way that they were. Like Call to Chaos being actually good was very surprising. It's not as good as other trinkets though. Like in AoE, it's still Tome. Tome is still best in slot. But like so this is like a cleave build or like a cleave sim. So single target and AoE in there, both. No wildfire though. And so here was the best setup, Augury plus Balor. And then below that, it was OCE, Whispering Incarnate Icon, and then Call to Chaos. Right there. Not too shabby. This is Cleave in single target. It's basically the same. Dropping Fevered for Flame Accelerant was worth. This one is running. Oh, it's got no convection. Wait, do we have a convection here? So yeah, convection's like a 3.5% loss in mass AoE. Was it dropping for convection? It's dropping Fevered Incantation. Okay. Do we have one with convection and Firefall? We would have to free up another talent. Yeah, it only has room to play with one talent here, so we have to free up another one. Shit, where can we do that? Maybe Majesty of the Phoenix? Oh, I can't remove that talent. Wait, I should be able to remove this talent. Oh, I need to... I know why I can't do this. It's because I don't have enough to unlock the capstone layer if I don't do it. Okay, let's tell it to disregard certain talents. And let's remove all these. That way it allows it to go down the tree. Then we should be able to remove this. And we'll keep Flame Patch in here. Give it options. Let's uncheck these. Still too many. Okay, we need to cut out more. Let's just tell it to disregard Meteor as well. I don't think we're picking that. Yeah, crit verse for AoE, verse crit for single target. That's for Arcane. On the War Within beta. Again, clarifying that what I'm simming today is just pre-patch. And it's specifically fire. It's not anything else. I'm focusing... I have a deadline today for pre-patch fire guides. I have most of them written. The only thing left is the rotation and the talents and the gear, but all of those require me to know what's best in the sims because the talents affect the other two things. I have a pretty good idea of the talents in the pre-patch. This is your single target build. This is gaining a ton of damage in like 2 target cleave or 3 targets. And then there is a Flame Strike build that I'm trying to suss out right now. But I want to know what the difference is between Flame Strike and single target. So first I need to determine what the best AoE is in Flame Strike. And then from there, I'm going to take those options, whichever like the top 3 are or whatever. And I'm going to compare those in single target to make sure that we aren't losing too much single target by going those builds. Because for Mythic Plus, you need single target too. You don't want to just give up all your single target for AoE. You want to just give up the single target nodes that don't really do that much for you. You want to give up the least impactful ones. So first we need to understand what the most impactful AoE talents are. And then once we know that, then we can compare those in single target to see which ones have the best fusion of both. The bot's probably on cooldown. Do it again. Oh yeah, it literally, look at chat right now. Streamlabs, Arcane Barrage nerf was implemented. Yeah, the bot's on cooldown. It just said that. People are asking about the Arcane bug like every 5 seconds. So If you ask the question and it doesn't respond, it's because someone probably asked the question like 10 seconds ago. So just like literally look at the chat and you'll see the message. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 messages above your message. Or you could just wait like 5 more seconds and someone new will come in and they'll ask the same question and then you'll get the answer. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it's like, dude, when I was streaming yesterday, I had to add that command because I swear to God, every 5 seconds, someone new would come in and be like, hey, just join the stream. What's the bug with Arcane? And I felt like I was saying the same thing over and 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 over. I probably repeated myself like 80 times yesterday, and I was like, okay, enough. I don't think we're playing spontaneous combustion in the pre-patch because we have too many stats. The value of spontaneous combustion is relative to the value of improved combustion. In order for spontaneous combustion to be good, you need to have less stats because improved combustion is too good with too many stats. So we need to have like less stats overall for that to be worth it. Oh, this is interesting. It's not running from the ashes or meteor at all. Oh, that's because I told it not to run meteor. So yeah, this is probably the best setup right here. Okay, so let's say this is our Flame Strike build without caring about single target, like at all. And then let's compare this against the same setup, but in single target. So that way we can suss out which talents are most impactful. Let's take all the 3s and let's replace them with 999s so that the sim stops using Flame Strike. Because this is single target. We don't want it running Flame Strike. Well, it'll run Flame Strike, but we don't want to use it Flame Strike. We want it to press its single target buttons. I don't mind you using me as a customer support line because that's part of the job. I just want to make the stream experience good for the people who are actually in here for like a long time. Because if you watch my stream today for like 8 hours and you hear me say the same thing 80 times, you're probably going to get annoyed with that. I get annoyed with saying it, so you probably get annoyed hearing it. So it's not just about me, it's about the experience for everyone who's in the channel right now. Can I ask you why single target build, the others don't use Fevered Incantation? It's just a very low value talent. We pretty much only take it if there's just like not something else that's valuable. So if Blast Zone isn't valuable, we take it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so right here, this is a good idea, right? Because we in this case, we're running Flame Patch. Wait, hold on. We need to make sure it has Ashen Feather too. Why is this showing spec talents? It shouldn't even be looking at this side. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that should be enough. Fire Mage gate style, playstyle based on the current state. Is it competitive after the nerfs? Competitive against what? And on what? Pre-patch, beta? What are you talking about? Okay, so 5% less single target for this setup here. We need one more talent over here for Blast Zone. In beta? Oh, on beta, just, I mean, we're in a state of flux right now. We don't know what's going to be best because Arcane is bugged, Frost is bugged, Fire's the only playable spec. Dude, it's funny that this is ahead in single target. It's got no From the Ashes, no Phoenix Reborn, and it's showing up ahead here. It's missing Blast Zone, though. I wish there was a way to force it into the right capstones. Wait, can I do that? One, two, three, four, five. Oh, no, I'd have to turn off Phoenix or Fevered Incantation to do that. No, I think I'm doing this the smart way. I just need to find Blast Zone. Blast Zone is too important to give up. Wait, is this the first Blast Zone? This is only behind by... Yeah, it's losing about 10%. That's what I was expecting. 8.2%. Convection over Firefall. Interesting. So let's compare this one. So this one's our baseline. This one has Firefall. It doesn't have From the Ashes or Phoenix Reborn. Huh. So you only lose 5% damage if you go this build in single target. That's like not bad. Oh wait, it's got no Blast Zone, that's right. Fuck. Yeah, we need that Blast Zone. Okay, what if we took this one and we just like did a slight little edit to it? Okay, so run some again. So this is single target. I'm gonna uncheck wild card. Flame strike, raid cleave, single target. Single target, raid cleave, UI. Nope, don't want that one. How about this one? Meteor, yep, that's fine. Single target meteor, and we need to add a loadout here. So we need to have Blast Zone. If I... I need a point. Wait, you can drop Scorch? No, you wouldn't do that. I could drop something up here, though. I feel like it is using Scorch. I don't know if I can drop Scorch. Ah, it'd be so great if we could just drop Wildfire. I feel like that's troll, though. Okay, so there's one variation. This one will be without convection. Okay, that's with 2 Fevered Incantation. And this is with Phoenix Reborn. Wait, convection's missing. Oh, no. How do we fit convection in? Firefall? So this is Blast Zone. Phoenix Reborn from the Ashes. Firefall. No convection. Okay, single target, go. What spec do you think will be the best in the Worth End? Arcane, unless it stays nerfed. But I think Frost is not short behind it. Arcane got a nerf and it's bugged right now because the nerf is way bigger than it should have been. It's bugged. Okay, so I guess... What's this one? No Blast Zone. We need to ignore these. This was the highest performing one from the ones I just sent it. Convection instead of Firefall and single target. This one's right behind it. No, from the ashes. Okay, so I guess Firefall is not as good as I was expecting in single target. Convection's actually better in single target. And that's with it doing literally single target. Right? Because this is just casting fireballs and pyroblasts. So this is like the perfect scenario for it. If you're mixing what you're casting, like flame strikes versus pyroblasts, this town's going to be way down bad. So Firefall is actually not good at all for flame strike. Because you're only going to be using it half the time. This build right here actually provides a pretty decent amount of both single target and AoE. You've got some single target value here with Phoenix Reborn from the ashes. I mean, you're losing damage. There's no doubt about it, right? It's around 8% that you're losing because you're missing Fevered Incantation. You're missing Ashen Feather. But if you have to go Blast Zone, this is the best setup right here. You only lose 3% going this. So, okay, Flame Strike build is done. General build is done for Mythic Plus. Raid Cleave build is not done. Raid Cleave. Maybe in general we fix something here. General. Okay, so another idea. Let's give it some variety. So we'll do cleave add. Let's uncheck all of these. And let's compare our setups here. So we're going to look at the General Mythic Plus build first. I already have this one in, but just going to label them appropriately. Okay, so that's with Firefall. And this one's with Fevered Incantation. This one's with no Firefall. And now let's move the talent over to another talent that might be good in single target. Maybe Scald. Scald might be good. But we'll do Ashen Feather first. Scald was actually okay in single target. It wasn't great, but you could probably make it work. M plus AF. I think it's funny. It has the same acronym. These are both AF. We'll just call this Feather. Okay, and now let's move this over to Scald. I'm gonna edit this. So the reason I'm doing cleave is because it does have single target and it also has AoE. So the way cleave works is it's single target, except for 40% of the time there's an add out. So we won't get like full value out of feather in this case. Okay, so yeah, Fevered Incantation versus Feather versus Scald versus Firefall versus Meteor. Versus Heat Shimmer. Versus I think that's it. Those are all the options. Okay. Zayara, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Welcome. Enhanced got some really good changes. Yeah, so Shaman got rework, right? Rework equals overpowered in this game. If you get a rework, you're overpowered. It's just how it works. So Fevered Incantation won out, and then Meteor, and then Scald. But the winner, the true winner, was Firefall. So we'll say Raid Cleave is this one. And then we'll bump the target count up. Button bloat, yeah. I mean, what some people call button bloat, other people call having active decision making with procs. It is still preferring Firefall. Okay, well, let's take it further. Well, yeah, so Firefall is like pretty good in Cleave now. It's like not really that good of a single target talent anymore, but it's pretty good in Cleave. What we're trying to make a distinction here for is Mythic Plus Ignite build versus Raid Cleave build. So in Cleave, I know Firefall is going to be best. The question is, what happens if we add a shit ton of targets? Is it still the best if we're doing Ignite? And the answer is yes, it's still the best. I thought Meteor might pull up though. Damn, Heat Shimmer is bad. No, tier set doesn't work as of right now. If this one says Firefall 2, I'm just gonna end it. End it all. Okay. So yeah, moving Firefall over to Ashen Feather increased its single target by 3%. That's actually kind of big, I feel like. Oh wait, hold on. This is wrong. It's this one. Because I didn't have Blast Zone. Yeah, so it's still Firefall. Okay, well, I mean, that makes our life easy, right? It just means that our Cleave build is the same as our Mythic Plus build. I tried everything I could to try and separate them, but I was not successful because Feather is worse than Firefall. I was thinking, oh, well, maybe Feather will, like, have some value in Mythic Plus for, like, situations where maybe it's a boss, maybe it's just single target. No. No. Firefall's better. Fevered Incantation's better. Turn off Brain, go same build. In Raid, we don't need some of these talents, so I'm just culling the ones we don't need. We still want Mass. All these are Throughput. Energized Barrier is still good. We could drop Cryo Freeze. Actually, we'll keep Cryo Freeze. Oh, we could drop Dragon's Breath. Okay, Dragon's Breath. We probably don't need Blast Wave either. Energized Barrier is still pretty good in Raid because of the snare removal. Ice Cold, Time Anomaly, Mass Barrier, Barrier Diffusion, Energized Barrier, Diverted Energy. Diverted Energy versus Tempest Barrier. When there's protection. Yeah. I think Divert Energy is just a lock-in. It's like 3% better. So the difference between the Raid build and the Mythic Plus build will be just us. It'll just be the utility talents. Now we need to make this other Raid build make sense too. No Spell Steal. We want Diverted Energy. Don't need Dragon's Breaths. Don't need Blast Wave. Okay, I think that's the same thing. Hoarding, Winter's Protection, Diverted Energy, Energized Barriers. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, we've been doing dev sims. We did a bunch of them yesterday. Today's just Fire Mage. Okay, now that we have that done, we need to update the talents page. So let's pull up the current one. And then let's get our template. Actually, I'm going to look at 2 templates. I want to see how Worm did his. Okay, it's like basically the same shit. Okay, I'll just use mine. Okay, so let's copy this. And then once we get the bones of it in, then I copy the actual data from my old fire guide. Then we need to do updates. C13 to C10, C8. Replace. With Firebolt. Okay. And then we'll copy more from this in just a little bit. Okay, so the findings are we really like Blast Zone. This we know. So we're gonna have Raid General be our first contestant. So here it is at the top. Raid build, yep. Copy hash. Okay, that's already good. Next up is Mythic Plus, General. Let's copy the hash on this one. 211, that one's already good too. Okay, and then Mythic Plus Flame Strike. And then we need Raid Cleave built. 209. It's not being posted until it gets looked over. So it'll be a little bit. But I will be giving it over today. To the powers that be. Raid General, Raid Cleave, Mythic Plus General, Mythic Plus Flame Strike. Okay. And then let's make a breakout for UI versus Sun King's Blessing. Let's just explain this right at the top, because I know a lot of people are excited for this, and I feel like I need to explain why we're in the situation we're in. Why it is that we're running SKB for everything. So let's call this Sun King's Blessing versus Unleash Inferno. That makes sense. In the War Within Prepatch. Am I saying Prepatch with a dash, or am I saying it with no dash? There's a dash in it. Okay. In the War Within Prepatch, you have the talent that affects your rotation the most is Sun King's Blessing. There is an alternative to this talent with Unleashed Inferno. But the damage is still slightly behind until we have access to hero talents. Frost Mage in the War Within, it's under the radar. Okay, I think this explains it well. So in the War Within pre-patch, the talent that affects your rotation the most is Sun King's Blessing. There's an alternative to this talent with Unleashed Inferno, but the damage is slightly behind until we have access to hero talents. Sun King's Blessing is harder to play since it requires hard casting Power Blast. For this reason, some players may opt to play Unleashed Inferno instead. You can make this swap if you want for any of the below talent builds, but the default pick will be Sun King's Blessing. Does that explain it, chat? Do you think this makes sense? I don't want people to like panic that they don't have the ability to swap it. I want them to know it's an option, but also that you should probably just play it. Let's be real. Okay, what icon do we think is best for representing the raid? Let's use a cool new icon like Explosivo. Okay, so time to write up some stuff here. So, right here. Most raid encounters are not pure single target. If there are ever moments in the encounter with 2 or more targets, run blank. And a pure single target, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we're going to say, if there's ever 2 or more targets, you should run Blast Zone. Yo, what's up? What else is changing here? Fevered Incantation. I don't think I'm going to call out Fevered Incantation and Flame Accelerant individually. Fire's Ire for the image. Looks edgelord as fuck. Yo, hold on, let's check it out. Oh, dude, you're right. Yeah, let's do that. I like that idea. Let's go. The guide will be live whenever Wowhead decides it's time for it to go live. It's not up to me. But it'll be live before the patch. Just know that. Okay, raid talent build. Raid talent build with AoE, raid target, single target build. I don't think we need 3. Let's just reduce that to 2. Let's make Ashen Feather the icon for the raid target build. And let's make Blast Zone the icon for AoE. Okay. And then let's grab the right codes for these. 210 is general, 29 is cleave. 210 is general, 29 is cleave. Okay. Okay, that's good. Trade builds done. Common swaps may include Flame Accelerant, Fevered Incantation, Master of Flame, and Meteor. Worth leveling a Mechanome? Don't do that. That's probably not even the best anymore. Okay, so we're going to explain Flame Strike as well. Robots are very cool. You're right. For Mythic Plus, Fire Mage has two main builds, Ignite and Flame Strike. The Ignite build does not use Flame Strike, instead deals damage by building up Ignite on the target and benefiting from Living Bomb. I feel like these shouldn't be different headers. I feel like I should just combine this. Actually, no. I should keep it separate so it's on the table of contents. Okay, pad down to tabs. I feel like AoE is implied with it saying Mythic Plus. I'm not going to include AoE. Okay, let's see how this looks now. PTR. Okay, that looks great. We just need to add some text here. Okay, so The big talents we pick up here in the AoE build are Majesty of the Phoenix and Flame Patch. That's really it. Just those two. Okay. I think that is good. Honestly, I'm trying to keep it simple, so not too many words. People aren't going to read the words anyways. I just want to give them only the information they need. So I think this does the trick. Okay. It is done. All right, next up is going to be the cheat sheet. And I do need to update this to the current format. Okay, so we can take this one and we can replace its contents to make a new cheat sheet. Actually, I think we should update the current cheat sheet because... No, we need to make a new one. I could do the current one for dev, but I can't do it for fire because there is a trinket difference. So for that reason, I do need to be aware of what I currently have and probably be a little bit more careful. I would just copy what I have, but the problem is that the formatting is different, so we actually do need to change like pretty much all this. I'm probably better off just doing some finding replaces at first. Okay, so it's gonna be int haste crit versatility mastery. Is that what I had before? Hold on. Stat weights are so this is with gear, so it's gonna be crit highest, I think. Yeah. Crit verse mastery, and haste is down here because I have too much of it. But we're not gonna assume that they have all that stuff going on. We're gonna assume that they're like a normal character. It's not best in slot. Because if they're reading a guide, they're probably starting out. They're probably not just like starting out with a fucking best in slot character and being like, okay, well, now how do I play it? Unless you like bought your account. Remind how sad we are Animosity didn't get reworked. Yep. True. Maybe I should make Blast Zone the default build. Or, hold on, I'm just gonna label this a little differently. I'm just gonna make sure to include single target in both of these cases. And we're gonna swap the order. Because I think cleave is the more common scenario. Okay. So yeah, we'll do it that way. So we start with raid. This one will be called single target.
And then
Yo, 2B Tack. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you.
fireball, fireball, everything, whoosh.
Alright, so here's our set. Here's our set bonus. I'm gonna include the tier set still, even though it doesn't work right now, because like I think it's is it supposed to work? Like, even if it doesn't work, I think we'll probably still use it, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the tier. Like, it doesn't work on the PTR, but like maybe that's a bug because they added new talents, and maybe those new talents are like bugging it out, right? It could totally just be a bug. Yo, Juan by Juan. That's a good name. Juan by Juan. Thank you for the Prime. Thanks for letting me be your Prime guy. Okay, so weapons are done. Trinkets. Trinket time. Trinkets, yes. What do I have for the trinkets right now? I think it's mostly the same. Belarus, Umbral Fracture Heart. It's probably Augury, actually. Augury, best in slot. Rilla Rose, best in slot. And then alternative trinkets. We've got Whispering Incarnate Icon. I'm just gonna save this as is so I can check it. I want to just see the formatting. I'm like flying blind right now, which is kind of annoying. So let's do this. The one thing I hate about editing the cheat sheet is you can't see it until you save it, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so yeah, Augury, Belarus. This is good. And then we need to remove Belarus here. Miltarian's Call to Chaos, actually, unironically, an option. No cap. It's actually decent now. We should include Tome in this too. Tome and Umbral Skull. Okay, cool. Now we just need to replace Buzzing Rune. Oh. Okay. That looks great for raid. So, yeah, it has the tab raid. Copy this. Paste this. This one's going to be for a single target. Okay, now we should have 2. Nothing else should change. Okay, good. Now let's make Mythic Plus. So for Mythic Plus, we're going to change a couple things. Obviously the talents is the first thing. So here we go. Cash. Alright, so this is 211. I love that these 3 are in order. That's really convenient. We're going to bump Mastery above Verse. And for our trinkets, we need to swap 2 of them. So the last 2, this one for sure. The last one we're going to put in here. How was Augury in my Sims? Hold on. Do I have the trinket sim still? Where's the AoE sim? This one is AoE. Okay, run sim again. Was this town supposed to move somewhere? Why can't I move this one? Oh, there it goes. It just wasn't clicking. Gameplay after? No gameplay. Only guide writing and Sims today. This one. Beta is not worth playing right now. It's bricked. You're wasting your time if you're playing beta right now, unless you're only playing fire. At least as a mage, that's true. Is fire going to be the greatest mage spec? You want me to make some shit up? I mean, we don't know, right? We gotta see what the Sims say after all of the tuning. There's a lot of unknowns. Lots and lots and lots of unknowns. We can't tell what the future brings. We can only base on what we know right now. Based on what we know right now, no, it'd be Arcane, but also Arcane is not working right now, and Frost is also not working right now. So right now is also not a good metric. So all you can really do is just make assumptions. My assumption right now is that they'll probably buff fire. So it could be the best. But right now I think once Arcane is fixed, they'll probably be the best. And if those aren't fixed, then Frost will be the best. So yeah, there's really no point in speculating. But in terms of like the kit itself, I think fire has a pretty good kit. And you have Cauterize. So there it is. If they tune the fire damage to be anywhere close to like Arcane and Frost, I think fire will be the default option yet again. Dude, it's crazy that Neltarian's Call to Chaos is maybe Biss in AoE. Because this requires your buffs, right? Hold on. Is this going with the buffs? Yeah, this is all the buffs. We're not going to have those. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I'm finishing this on stream. I think I'm finishing this off stream. So I'm probably not gonna tune into the Great Push today. Sorry, friend. I do not have time. I gotta get this done. We are on a strict deadline. With the nature of guide writing, it's always like this, because if you're writing guides for pre-patch, then what you're really doing is writing slightly watered down beta guides. So every single day, there's a chance that everything you wrote could just be completely deleted by a change. And Mage has been getting changes every week. So I basically had to wait until like the very last second for Mage, because there was a chance that shit was going to change, right? A pretty good chance. So, yeah, it's just the nature of the beast. That's just how it is. Okay, so our last alternative trinket is Tome. We're gonna yoink Tome out. We're gonna put Tome in the place of Balor. This one's Balor. We're gonna yank Chromatic Essence out. That's 7 to 9. And we're gonna put this where the best in slot one is. This is Ashes. How did Ashes perform in AoE? Where's that sim I just had? Fuck, I lost it. I wish I could like go and see which. Oh, here it is. Where was Ashes in this? Oh, it was actually quite bad. Ashes single target. Yeah, Ashes fell off. Okay, we'll just save it. Dev guide is done completely. I knew that Dev wasn't gonna get much changing, so I just like did it early. What's wrong with this? Why is this still not working? There's gotta be another syntax error in here. Oh man, I fucking love syntax errors. Okay, wait. So, best in slot, alt. That's good. Item, semicolon, item level, 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 item, semicolon, item level. Oh, what just happened? This should work. Why is this not working? What the fuck? Okay. I'm gonna scream. Is there like a space where there shouldn't be a space? Hold on. Let me do a test. Does this work? Yes. Okay, so something's funky. So let's grab this. Let's replace it here. Let's replace the talent build. Now let's save it and see if it's still good. Okay, still good. Alright, moving down the list. So all of this is done. Next up is best in slot weapon. That's not going to change. We can get rid of all of this. So the error has to be in here. Okay, let's just do it with this part. I'm trying to isolate the issue. Okay, does this still work? Yes, it does. Now it doesn't have any trinkets, though. Something's up. Okay, what if I tell it just 2 alternative trinkets? Does that fix it? Okay, it's working now. So the issue is at the very end then. It's always the last thing you check, isn't it? Yeah, it does require you to be in melee range. Yes, that is unfortunately the reality. Okay, there's an issue in here somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's break these all apart. Maybe it'll be easier to see them when they're lined up. Okay, help me, chat. Be my eyes. Where is the issue here? These 2 already work, so it's actually got to be one of these. I suppose I could just add them all in and see if it works. I'm just gonna like cross my fingers. I don't think anything just changed though. Yeah, well, it just works now. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. Love that. Very cool. I don't know what the problem was. It just works now. Okay. Very cool. Yep. I guess it was all just my mindset, you know? I just wasn't going in with the right mindset. I should have gone in with the mindset of this shit will work no matter what. I'm completely convinced. Yeah, it's the vibe. I guess the vibe was off. Okay. This is good. One more. Una más. Okay, looks good to me. So now we just have Prepatch rotation gear overview. Prepatch rotation gear overview. I'm gonna do rotation last, I think. Maybe we'll do gear next. I think gear is the biggest one to get done next. Sun Fury edging out. Dude, here's the problem with Sun Fury. We can't sim it right now. So all you can do is just make guesses. Yeah, so the gear page. Here's the gear page. Here's a new page. Here's a template. Oh, oops. My own template, and then one more to reference. Okay. So let's put this over here. Running out of room here. Okay, so I think we're gonna copy the arcane template and then change the data. God damn it. Why does it scroll so fast? I mean, Sun Fury is probably ahead in single target. Probably. But again, we don't know. We would need Sims to tell you that. Arcane has been the best spec for so long. What do you mean? Don't get me wrong. I would like that too, because I like Arcane. But Arcane's been playing progression for like many tiers in a row now. I don't think it's all that crazy to assume Arcane will be the best. It's like a pretty common occurrence, at least recently. New Arcane more than Fire? Yeah. I can get on board with that. Let's close out these tabs we don't need. Too many tabs open here. Don't want to close the sim tabs though. Just in case I need to reference one. Oh, here's what I was looking for. Okay, we gotta find a really cool icon to use here. Do we use the Fire's Ire one again? Let's use Explosive Ingenuity. This one's kind of funny. I think it's actually got some comedic effect. She's like so smug and on fire. Okay, so now we need an icon for Raid versus Mythic Plus. Raid versus Mythic Plus. We'll do All Faithful. Raid versus Mythic Plus. Actually, we'll do Explosivo versus... No. Not Explosivo. Okay, Blast Zone is definitely going to be the Mythic Plus one. And the Raid one should be... Probably Sun King's Blessing. Alright, let's see what we have so far, because I'm going to need to update a lot of this, but I do just want to get an idea of what it looks like. So it's definitely not that neck. Mastery verse shoulders. Mastery haste. I feel like the hat we definitely want to replace. Let's look at what the sim is running. Crit haste hat. This is from Laradar. Yeah, so we're gonna replace this shit. Because this is what I've cooked up for the overall best in slot. And this item drops from Laradar. Okay, and then the neck will be a crafted neck. Torque of Pastime. Oh, this has got well fed on it. Wait. Shadow Flame. Don't know about that. Super Phoenix? What would Glyph of Super Phoenix make it do? Just make it send out like a whole ass LR from Tempest Keep? Oh, Shadow Flame is slightly ahead. Okay. Well. Good to know. So, now that we have this, what if we copied it, went to Dropamizer and we pasted it, we checked the sim to make sure it's good, yes it is, and we told it to tell us what is the best gear from the raids. Show me Aberrus first. Yo, what's up, Mahalati? Oh, I feel that, man. I've been working late past couple days in a row. Yeah, I just gotta get this Wowhead stuff done. We're very close. Right, here's some Mirdrasol. You're losing your business. Wait, tell me more. Don't burn out. Dude, it's always like this. Don't worry. I'm a grinder. I do get burnt out, but I'm a natural born grinder. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Tell me more. If you don't mind sharing. Dude, I'm just a big grinder, you know? I like grinding in game. I grind in real life. I'm just always grinding. Always on that grind. My ability to grind is unparalleled. Oh, that sucks. Dude, you think you can just come in here and get a guy done that quick? Also, I have 2 guides. I'm already done with 1 guide. Devastation's completely done. Fire, on the other hand, almost done, actually. Very close. I just need to do... so talents are done, abilities and talents are done, leveling's done, stats are done, consumables are done, weak auras is done, mage tower is done, cheat sheet's done. The only thing left is gear, and then update the rotation, which won't be much at all because the rotation's basically the same, if not easier. And then once I have those done, then the 2 overview pages. So that's the pre-patch guide and the overview. So actually those pages are just copy pasting from the others. So realistically, I just have this gear page and the rotation page left. It's like 2 pages. The gear page is probably the most intense one though, because it takes the most like background work, because I have to do all the sims and shit. The sims are what really takes a lot of time. I did a lot of those off screen yesterday, but it takes a long time. Okay, so I think for shock neck is the best neck here. 1%, 0.5%, 0.7%. What about the bullion neck? Is that any good? The grind is real. Set priority? Yeah, basically. I mean, you can have haste be really high though, and then it's like better to have more crit. I think we're gonna go with this neck. Assault of the Sakali. Cloak is the same, chest is the same. Wrists are going to be with Shadow Flame Tempered Armor. Belt is also going to be with Shadow Flame Tempered Armor. Tier pants. I'm gonna recommend the Broodkeeper ring, I think. Hold on, let me see what the Broodkeeper one actually sims at. I really like the idea of the added survivability it provides. Oh, it's kind of a big loss though. Maybe not. Okay, well, we'll do Dearness Chosen for sure, and then I guess I'll do the Unstable Arcana loop for the other ring. Drops from Azure Vault. You think coaching would help someone who's already rank 1 Mythic plus Fame Slayer? I feel like I've plateaued. So I mean, if you're going into new content and you want to just have an edge to know what to do in the new content, it may be helpful, yeah. But if you go into it feeling like you already know everything, maybe it won't. I mean, it really just depends on what you're looking for, right? There's always like value in having someone else look over your play. But I imagine that if you're already performing really, really well, that you'll get less out of it. But you'll probably still get something. So I don't know, that decision's up to you. But I have coached people in the past who are like already high rated, and all of them said that they got something out of it. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's worked in the past. Okay, so these are our 2 trinkets. First one was Balor, Los. This is gonna be Raid. This could be Bullion. Then we have Augury. Augury is 614. Yep. This one's actually, it goes higher than the normal item level. So this is going to be GB max. Let's check on the evoker page. Maybe I have it there. Oh, I don't. Okay. Oh, here it is. GV Raid Rare. That's what we're looking for. The cloak should also be this. Okay, Laredar, Cagney, tier, yes, chest. We need to change this item. crit haste with zone of focus. This one is verse mastery with shadow flame. So we need to merge those. This is from Aranog, yep. This is from Mythic Plus. This is from Tendril. This is from Ferric. This is from Nimue. Yeah. Okay. So let's change some of the formatting here. Where the fuck is this? Am I in the wrong spot? This should be saying boss or bullion, but it's just saying boss. Overall bis. Oh, I need to scroll down. Okay, that's fine. Hey chat, can you buy necks with the bullions but they aren't like the rare neck? Or is it only the rare neck you can buy on the bullion vendor? I can actually answer this myself real quick. Currency for... Can you buy other necks? Okay, here's a neck. Only the rare neck, okay. But you can buy like an offhand that's not rare. Or like... So weapons are fine, trinkets are fine. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I don't really like putting a best in slot item in here that's like you can only get it from the Great Vault. I feel like that's a little troll. I feel like a raid ring might be a better idea here. Was there another ring that was close? Wait, this server is down? Oh, that could be good news. Maybe they're fixing Arcane. Dev Evoker beta? Yeah, sure. Ask away. What's the chance of it happening? I feel like they've been made aware of it enough that maybe it is a high chance. On single target build, Dev Evoker skill commander AoE rotation is all about cleave, disintegrate, cleave. Yeah, if you're playing Charge Blast, you would want to alternate between like Mass Disintegrates and wait, hold on. 522 is as high as this can go, right? Yeah. You'd alternate between Mass Disintegrates and Pyring with Charge Blast. So it'd be like dump both your empowers, disintegrate, pyre, disintegrate, pyre. In AoE, just use deep breaths before your cooldowns and pretty much play the same way, but just use disintegrates. Ooh, that's assuming you're not playing Firestorm, but I don't know how you can fill those talents together because you want the deep breath shit too, so I feel like you're just dooming if you try to go. Yeah, there's a chance that they do accept the feedback, but there's a chance. There's definitely a chance they just don't give a shit, and they got bigger fish to fry too. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Oh, you know what? The reason why these are downgrades is because of the socket. I think this is our best in slot ring, because this is without a socket and it's actually like pretty close. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is our best in slot because putting a vault option in there I feel like is just fucking troll. Ain't no one getting a vault item with like pre-patch being so short. Okay, so we have to combine the effects of these two. So this one has these bonuses. This one has these bonuses. I think I'm gonna save this. I think I can fix this. Let's just close all this. There's probably tabs in there I wanted, but I just gotta clear that out. Two windows, not three. Okay, so this is crit haste. We like that. This one is verse mastery, maybe not so much. One of them has Shadow Flame, the other has mastery. So what would be the difference here? What if I updated this to a 4? Would that fix it? No, that changed the stats. Okay, so that didn't work. Maybe it's the second number? 9379. That seems to have worked. Okay, so this number indicates Shadow Flame. What is this other shit? Oh, you know what? I bet you this stuff is the item level. So we can just remove that. And if we replace the bonus ID here, and we replace the bonus ID here, bet you that fixes it. Great haste, yep. Beautiful. Thank you. Right now I would play Arcane, but Arcane's in limbo. It's bugged. Okay, crit, haste, reverse. Yes. This is all good. I wonder why they didn't put dungeon trinkets on the bullion bin there. Okay. Let's just see it the way it looks. All this is good. All of this is good. There's no dungeon trinkets in here. It's all raid. Yes. Over here. We will have to change some of these. Then we get down to trinkets. Okay. That looks great. All right, so short stream today because I'm looking to speed run this. I'm almost there. I can feel that second wind. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just gonna blast through this full focus, but I need both monitors for that, and I can't stream and do that at the same time. So I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. I wasn't even planning on streaming today. I just wanted to do a little bit. Just basically an update because there was like weird stuff I noticed. Y'all are probably going to watch the TGP anyway, so now's a good time for me to stop. I will probably be back tomorrow. So tune in then. And otherwise, hope you have a great rest of your day. And expect to see these guides go live fairly soon once Wowhead approves them. If we get beta news though, I might come back later. So we'll see if that happens. Okay, that's it. See y'all.